There are over 10,000 cities on Earth, but which is the best? A question with an almost impossible answer. There are too many factors to objectively determine which city is the best in the world. However, one of the most recognised, fairest ways to rate how great a city is how livable it is, or how comfortable your life is living in a particular city. In 2021, only 2 of the top 10 most livable cities in the world were in Europe, Zurich and Geneva of Switzerland. This was due to the absolute pummelling Europe received from lockdowns due to the pandemic. At the time of the 2021 rankings, Australia and New Zealand had pretty much lived a lockdown-free life. Closing their borders had essentially allowed them to live relatively normal lives, especially when compared to other countries in the world. But with the rise of the almost unescapable Omicron COVID-19 variant, even New Zealand and Australia's fortresses have been breached. So as you are about to see from this video, this is a very dynamic list. Some cities which rank highly one year can see themselves plummeting down the rankings in the next year. Last year's number 1 spot, Auckland of New Zealand, has been crushed in this year's rankings, unbelievably falling from 1st place to 34th place in a single year. So without further ado, let's jump straight into this video with 2022's 10th most livable city, or cities as I should say. Osaka of Japan and Melbourne of Australia, with a score of 95.1 out of 100. Both Japan and Australia's first and only entries on this list. Melbourne has retained its place as one of the world's most livable cities, ranking 10th, as other Australian capitals dropped out of the global top 10 list. Last year, Brisbane, Adelaide and Perth were all in the top 10, but they have fallen to 27th, 30th and 32nd place respectively. Osaka is not only the equal 10th most livable city in the world, but actually the most livable city in Asia, as it is the only Asian city on today's list. Number 9. Amsterdam, Netherlands, with a score of 95.3. One of the most iconic and desirable cities in the world. Not only does Amsterdam offer world-class nightlife, museums and cafe culture, it is also a very livable city. Amsterdam is the capital city of the world's 4th happiest country. The high levels of happiness in this country are often thought to be related to the Netherlands' excellent work-life balance. The Dutch truly believe in working to live as opposed to living to work. Number 8. Toronto, Canada, with a score of 95.4. As the centre of a metropolitan region of around 6 million people and as Canada's largest city, Toronto ranks pretty high on most people's list of potential destination cities in Canada, and for very good reason too. Toronto is a unique and wonderful place, brimming with opportunity and excitement. It is a relatively safe, friendly and fun city to live in, especially when compared to other North American cities of its size. Number 7. Frankfurt, Germany, with a score of 95.7. A central German city on the River Main, is a major financial hub that's home to the European Central Bank. Frankfurt is welcoming, multicultural and affordable, and people from all over the planet choose to live there. It is certainly one of the best cities in Germany, with a low unemployment rate, great job opportunities and a thriving economy. It is a fantastic place to live, hence why it has cemented itself a place in this year's top 10. Before we move on to the next ranking, let's take a quick look at how you judge a city to be livable. The concept of livability evaluates which cities around the world offer the best living conditions for its residents. The Economist Intelligence Unit, or the EIU, ranks cities from around the world for its relative comfort for over 30 factors across 5 general categories: stability, healthcare, culture and environment, as well as education and infrastructure. Their report says mid-sized cities in the wealthiest countries tended to fare exceptionally well in the survey. Thanks to the ongoing positive evolution of the pandemic, the global average livability score has gone from 69.1 to 73.6 since last year. Number 6. Geneva, Switzerland, with a score of 95.9. Geneva is a city in Switzerland that lies at the southern tip of Lake Geneva, surrounded by the Alps and the Jura Mountains. The city has some of the most incredible views in the world, such as the view of Mont Blanc. It is home to the headquarters of Europe's United Nations and the Red Cross. It's a global hub for diplomacy and banking, It is a very wealthy city that caters for its very wealthy citizens. Although one of the most expensive cities in the world, it offers its residents a very high quality of life in return. Number 5. Vancouver, Canada, with a score of 96.1. Vancouver, a bustling west coast seaport in British Columbia, is among Canada's densest, most ethnically diverse cities. A very popular filming location, it's surrounded by mountains and also has a thriving art, theatre and music scene. In equal third place, Calgary, Canada and Zurich of Switzerland, both with a score of 96.3. Calgary in Canada is the most livable city in North America. Calgary, just like many other cities on this list, isn't a huge megacity, but it also isn't a small town either. It sits just nicely in the middle, with a population of around 1.6 million, making it Canada's 4th most populated city. Zurich, however, is the economic centre of Switzerland, so there are many great high-paying jobs there. And just like Calgary, the city isn't too big, but it also isn't too small. It's not congested and has great public transport system. It's a very safe, clean and green city, with many spectacular views of Lake Zurich and with mountains in the background. Its central European location also makes it extremely easy to visit its European neighbours. Number 2. Copenhagen of Denmark, with a score of 98. The Danish capital ranks as the 2nd most livable city on Earth. This comes to no surprise as Denmark ranks so highly in so many different indexes relating to quality of life. Denmark itself ranks as the least corrupt nation, the best environmental performer, and the 2nd happiest in the world. Copenhagen is a safe, clean, and beautiful place to live. The stable economy, good education, and social safety net means locals enjoy all of the Scandinavian good life, even if it is one of the most expensive cities on the planet. And finally, number 1, the most livable city in the world for 2022. Can you guess which city it is? It is in fact Vienna of Austria, with a score of 99.1. From 2015 to 2019, Vienna ranked as either the most livable or the 2nd most livable city in the world, competing against Melbourne of Australia. Vienna is well known as being a clean and green place, with very low crime rates, especially when compared to other European cities. It has an impeccable healthcare and transport system, and again, it's not too big, but not too small, and, just like Switzerland, is located slap bang in the middle of Europe, giving great access to other neighbouring European countries. Though Europe had a very good showing in 2022, there are 2 notable entries missing, London and Paris. 2 iconic cities that many people from around the world would dream of living in. However, the insane increased cost of living expenses played a role in both cities, as did the UK's decision to leave the European Union. Ongoing global conflict was the number 1 factor determining which countries ranked at the bottom of the list. Damascus, Lagos and Tripoli were rated the 3 least livable cities in the world. Kyiv of Ukraine, on the other hand, was not analysed due to the ongoing war. Moscow saw its livability ranking fall by 15 places, while St. Petersburg slipped by 13. Increased censorship, as well as the huge sanctions placed on the country by the West, have been the most notable reasons behind why the Russian cities have fallen so much. Some other honourable mentions are Spain's Barcelona and Madrid in 35th and 43rd respectively, Italy's Milan ranked number 49, New York City ranked 51st, and China's Beijing came 71st in the world. So there we have it, the top 10 most livable cities in the world for 2022. Did any of these surprise you? And were you as shocked as us with Auckland's monumental fall? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching.